The dark clouds of winter have brought rain and in the higher elevations, snow, which will start melting soon, and it's expected that Lake Powell and Lake Mead will start filling again. How much are the lakes going to rise when the high elevation snow melts? I'll give you my guesstimate in a little bit. The lowering water level of Lake Mead has revealed some of its secrets. And as the lake level continues to drop, even more are revealed. The lake is set to rise again, but before it does, here's the final count on the dead that the lake has released. Ahoy mateys, Rockhopper here, and I'm back at Zombie Lake, Lake Mead. And as water levels continue to drop, the lake continues to release its dead. While the promise of rising lake levels might sound encouraging to many, the reality persists that it might only be a short-term occurrence. Before the reservoirs start filling, let's see what's happened since I was here last. It's a cold morning here at Lake Mead, or what's left of the lake. In my first video with a thumbnail, Zombie Lake, we hiked to visit the ghost town of St. Thomas that was drowned by Lake Mead in the 1930s. Originally a Mormon settlement, the residents, after consulting with Brigham Young, decided to burn the town and leave rather than pay back taxes to the state of Nevada. And we heard about the bodies and bodily remains left exposed by the lowering lake levels, including a body in a barrel, which was a suspected mob hit.
Human remains have just been discovered along the shoreline of Lake Mead.
And we got to hear the expert analysis of the Clark County detective as to how the crime was committed.
Someone had to have a boat and someone had to, put someone in the barrel and push them off the boat.
This is what the Colorado River looked like in the early 1930s, prior to the Hoover Dam being built. And this is a photograph from 1938, after the dam had been built and the reservoir had become almost full. I'm at Stewart's Point, and this is pretty much the upper end of the lake right here. 25 years ago, I probably would have had water lapping at the back of my heels, or I may actually have been under the water. And you can see now how far the lake has gone down. St. Thomas, about 6 miles up the road, was once under 70 feet of water. I wasn't expecting to find any houses within a national recreation area, but here at Stewart's Point, yeah, there's some houses here like this one, which is abandoned, and right up here it says Jesse James's Hideout. So I guess we've discovered the hideout, so it's not so secret anymore. Well, since we're here, let's have a quick look inside. Well, that fireplace has seen better days, huh? That is majorly caved in. This whole place is pretty much caved in. What a trashed out wreck, huh? Probably a nice little holiday home for somebody at one time. Well, that's pretty much it. Just a little bungalow out here in the desert. Here's some other houses at Stewart's Point as we head over to a place called Echo Bay. Echo Bay doesn't look that bad from up here. Let's head down and have a look. Business is not booming here at Echo Bay along the lakeside. No water, no business. No business, no money. No money, and then you just pack up and leave, and what you have is basically a ghost town here now. Hard to believe now that the lake may have been right at the end of those steps there. You can see where the lake is now. Good advice. I'd like a room, please. Yeah, just one night. You're comping me? They're a little rustic, though? Ah, no problem. Yeah, might be a bit of a problem. No, I can't say I like this room any better. No. None of this stuff's here anymore. This is the only thing left open here anymore. And you can still get gas here if you're willing to pay the price. This must have all been housing for National Park employees. Let's see how far it is from where the lakeshore might have been and down to the edge of where it is right now. Let's measure that. The water was probably right up to about here. That water looks a long way off. We're at the 1 mile mark and we still haven't reached the water yet. We're getting close to the water. 1.1 miles so far. Will it be 1.2? Let's see. Almost up. 1.2. There it is. 1.2 miles. Just a little bit over that. So it's 1.2 miles from the lower edge of Echo Bay Resort, where the water probably was, to where the water currently is today. It's getting cold here at sunset. Up here, you see that white line? That's referred to as the bathtub ring, and that's where the high water mark once was. If I were standing right here in 1984, it's likely that I would be under 50 feet of water. You can see a boating marker right about there, from back in the day, right there. A nice campsite. Lowering water levels give the advantage to campers rather than boaters. Floating restrooms left high and dry. Echo Bay is now just an echo, no bay. Let's head down the road toward Calville Bay. The Calville Bay launch ramp is closed. The Calville Bay Marina still has a toe in the water, but that's about it. As the lake recedes, they're moving the dock. And this is a continual process. They keep having to move the dock farther and farther out. This place is left high and dry. Nowhere near the lakeside. The lake is way down there now. Forever Resorts. Well, that's kind of funny and ironic. It's only forever until Mother Nature says no longer. That fits the definition of stranded. Here at Calville Bay, don't expect to find something to eat or drink. A sign of the times, the lounge will be closed indefinitely. I think they spelled indefinitely wrong. Expect empty stores and restaurants, though. The lake won't be coming back anytime soon, and those of you who believe differently are not anchored in reality. A lakeside view no longer, more like an earthside view. Let's head over to the Government Wash area. That's weird. There's like a little spring at the edge of the lake here near Government Wash. That tells a story right there. Another boat bites the dust. Well, more like biting the muck. This whole area has become a boat graveyard now, and we're going to check out that boat off in the distance behind this one as well. Last time I was here, I wasn't able to access this boat on land because I would be standing in about 8 feet of water. Now, as you can see, the water level has receded and it's gone down about 10 feet in 10 months. This boat is its own headstone, a memorial to itself, and perhaps a memorial to a lake that once was and may never be again. As you can imagine, this boat's become something of a tourist spectacle for campers and boaters alike. The water is just down there about maybe 30 feet away. Let's continue on toward the dam and see what else we can find. I was told that the structure behind me is one of the straws that supplied Las Vegas with its drinking water. It appears that the water level has gone down right here about 200 feet. Everywhere along the lakeshore is the sunken detritus of recreation gone wrong. How old must that thing be? Throw another shrimp on the bobby, mate, and grab a beer. There's a myriad of items that have been lost or discarded into the lake over the years, and that includes just about anything you can possibly imagine. Lounge chairs, swim floaties, old crates, car batteries, car engines, tents, umbrellas, canopies, and bottles that are decades old. Old beer cans, including just about every one made in the US or Mexico, and even a blow dryer. This course can looks really old. It didn't even have a pop top. Rock! I don't think you have to worry about any houseboats docking here. Small islands are starting to appear in the lake, and rocks are being exposed, making boating even more hazardous. There's our king of the island, great blue heron. Let's head over to Boulder Beach and Hemingway Harbor. That's where they found one of the bodies. We can check out the water levels while we're there. Las Vegas Bay has experienced much the same fate as the rest. Seems rather odd seeing a fish cleaner out here with not a drop of water to be found anywhere nearby. Here at Saddle Cove, they've taken boating to new heights. Let's go inside this place. I'm here at the fish hatchery with Abigail, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what's going on here.
Hi, so this is the Lake Mead fish hatchery. Here we would usually be raising some of our native fish species, but as of right now, our water intake pump is above the lake level. It's about 25 feet above the water, so we're not able to get any water in here. Right now we're contracted with the Southern Nevada Water Authority to tap into an existing pipeline they have that goes into Las Vegas, and that will be our new water source. And once we get water in here, we'll start raising fish again, and hopefully we'll be able to do that by the end of 2024.
And these are the empty fish rearing tubs. As I mentioned in my Colorado River kayak extravaganza, the ecology of the river has changed. It's gone from a silty, fast-moving, warm stream to a cold, clear, slow-moving stream, which favors these fish right here, which were introduced, to the detriment of these native fish here: Colorado pike minnow, bony tail, razorback sucker, and humpback chub. Don't let the term pike minnow fool you. It's actually grown to 7 feet long. The pike minnow is no longer found in the lower Colorado. The native species are now struggling to survive. I'm above Hemingway Harbor, and as you can see by this sign right here, this is where the lake level was in 2000. And it's gone way down there. So let's have a walk and see how many paces it is to get to the water's edge from here. All right, let's go find out. A 1,000 paces so far, and I'm still not at the water just yet. Okay, I made it to the water's edge, and it was 1,091 paces to get to it. Let's see what that translates into in mileage. Looks like 6/10 of a mile. Welcome! Where's the water? As Lake Mead's water diminishes, they move all of this out farther and farther every few years. Waiting for full pool to return anytime soon, I think that ship has sailed. I think that's what this reservoir needs. Maybe someday someone will write an epitaph for a lake that once was, for a lake that maybe should never have been. If the reservoir level continues to decline as it has been over the past 22 years or so, people might have to transition to driving these instead of boats. But that looks kind of fun, doesn't it? The total count of the dead is as such: innumerable pieces of trash, relics, and junk. A ghost town revealed. Numerous carcasses of sunken boats, and a total of 6 bodies accounted for. The total body count goes like this. There was the accident at Calville Bay. There were 3 accidents in or around Hemingway Harbor. There was the famous body in the barrel, and the latest body found was from a jet ski accident that occurred at Swim Beach. Add to that a Higgins landing craft from World War II that was revealed, and who knows, maybe someday we'll get to see that B-29 bomber that crashed into the lake in the 1940s. Lake Mead will survive for another season. For the first time in over 20 years, boaters can breathe a small sigh of relief. At least for now. But who knows what next year holds. How much Lake Mead rises will depend largely on how much water is released from Lake Powell, based on what I've seen in previous years and from the snowpack, which is about 45% above average. Lake Powell will probably rise 30 feet or more by the end of July. Lake Mead is a pet-friendly area, whether you have a cat that you like to take for a walk, a pig you like to take on a stroll, or you can travel with a dog like this. The washes are handicapped dog accessible. I hope you enjoyed returning to the zombie lake of the Southwest, Lake Mead, with me. Empress says don't forget to give me a like on the video, share, and subscribe. Right, Empress? Until next time, this is Rockhopper. I'll see ya.